My people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Batala FC. We are
Back!
Shout out for tuning in, guys, on a beautiful Monday afternoon. Here to break down some new speculation, rumors, confirmations regarding our beautiful club. But just an announcement, guys. For those that view me on TikTok, for the followers on TikTok, I know I've been quiet on the platform. That's because most of the content still lands on YouTube. And I know the TikTok algorithm won't like me saying this, but be sure to join the fam on YouTube, guys. Your boy is more of a YouTuber than a TikToker, if that makes sense. Maybe it'll change with time, but for now, I'd love for you guys to join me on the other side because on TikTok, I'm mainly dropping post match and pre match content, which I will do for the Club World Cup. But on YouTube, we share transfer rumors, everything else regarding Chelsea and football at large. You get me? So let's jump in, y'all. We have confirmation of a defender that we might have actually forgotten as Chelsea fans. Mamadou Sarr of Strasbourg, 19-year-old French defender. Not Malang Sarr, no, there's trauma there. Mamadou Sarr, who had a brilliant season with Strasbourg. He was rotated by Rosenier, the manager of Strasbourg. They would have different backlines, sometimes a 5-man backline, sometimes 3 men. But in a typical back two, one of those defenders, the mainstays, would be Mamadou Sarr. Chelsea confirmed this player months ago. As for Fabrizio Romano, you know, the GOAT Fabrizio doesn't miss anything, but he was only confirmed by the Chelsea page between yesterday and today. And of course, he'll make it to the Club World Cup to be assessed by Maresca. So in terms of defenders, who do we have now? Levi Colwill, mainstay. Tosin Adarabayoyo, of course. Trevor Chalobah. Now we have Mamadou Sarr, Aaron Anselmino, Benoit Badiashile. Those that are at Chelsea but not at Chelsea physically, you could say, Renato Vega, and congratulations to him on the UEFA Nations League, Axel Disasi. Are there any others I'm missing? That's 7 defenders, guys. When you look at Chelsea right now, who would you start as our main pairing if we're to go with a back 4 next season? We could even play a back 3 at this point. I'm going with Levi Colwill alongside Chalobah for now. For now. Because Chalobah has the experience season by season. Levi Colwill is finding his feet, is becoming one of our best defenders at this point. On our best days, I think those are the best. Tosin Adarabayoyo, he's been playing well. He's a good defender for us. Badiashile, more of a makeshift player. Aaron Anselmino, yet to be tested. So I'm hoping at the Club World Cup, we get to see Anselmino. Left-footed defender. Is he a substitute for Levi Colwill? Those are the question marks. Will these players go on loan? Question marks. Will some players not even get on the plane to America? These kind of questions. So Mamadou Sarr, 27 appearances in League One last season. Strasbourg made it into the Conference League spots. He's a good defender. He was a good defender in League One. Can he make it in the Premier League? His physique is not convincing. I think he needs to bulk up a bit more for him to manage himself really in the physical Premier League. And Champions League football, that's another ball game completely, guys. But here we are, another defender. As I said, don't beat yourself up as a Chelsea fan if you had forgotten, because in the midst of this defender arriving, we've been linked to Jorel Hato, Jared Branthwaite, Mark Guehi, all these defenders of the world. So Chelsea are busy, but Chelsea have confirmed signings that are about to walk in. We're a crazy club like that, yeah? So Mamadou Sarr, guys, let's keep him in mind. Let's see how he does at the Club World Cup. You get me? But the main subject of today's video, some key talking points regarding Jamie Bainu Gittens, also known or mainly known as Jamie Gittens. Yeah, another player with Manchester City roots of sorts. He spent 2 years in Man City's academy before going into Dortmund's academy and then being promoted into the senior team for Borussia Dortmund. Another player that Joe Shields probably knows well enough, alongside the Liam Delaps, Cole Palmer himself, the man himself, Romeo Lavia. These are all Man City products of sorts. Are we building Man City B from the Premier League 2 team? That's the question you have to ask yourself as a Chelsea fan. Another point I'd like to address regarding Jamie Gittens, we've had three left wingers. If Gittens joins, he'll be the third. Let me say we've had two left wingers with Borussia Dortmund roots of sorts. Christian Pulisic. And I'd like to just highlight Pulisic as we discuss Gittens, guys. Pulisic was a good left winger for us. Did he hit the ground running? No. Did he have an impact? Definitely. He won the Champions League, locked down Pulisic, if we remember him, one of the best wingers in the world. That goal against Man City when we won 2-1, behind closed doors of sorts, because, stadiums weren't allowing fans or anything. Pulisic even had a cameo against Liverpool where he comes off the bench and he instantly turns the game around for us. Pulisic was that player, signed from Borussia Dortmund. But in terms of impact, in terms of our expectation, I wouldn't say Pulisic arrived and delivered what we hoped for as Chelsea fans. He did enough. We'll remember him, Captain America. Of course, the Champions League victory, undeniable in terms of his performances, his impact in our games under Thomas Tuchel. However, I wouldn't say Pulisic arrived and became a world beater at Chelsea. Jadon Sancho, the next one. Yes, Man United player, but in terms of us bringing him in on loan, he sold himself by playing for Dortmund on loan from Man United first, and then coming back to England, then getting another loan spell to Chelsea. So these Borussia Dortmund players, they try. At best, they try. They're not convincing for me. No, I'm not. I'm not excited by the idea of Jamie Gittens. I would love him to arrive. 20-year-old left winger, played well last season. I believe 8 goals in the Bundesliga. Not the most convincing stats. 8 goals, 3 assists, if I'm correct. He's a player that wants to go at a defender. That's what Maresca requires in his system. I understand that. And in terms of us speaking of Englishmen, wingers mainly, that come from outside England, we have a Noni Madueke who came from the Dutch league, PSV, arrived, and you could see in Noni's first season, he needed time to polish decision making. He needed time to actually get to the physicality of the Premier League. So I feel it'll be the same thing for Jamie Gittens. He's also English, of course. He looks like a good player. He's shined in Germany. Will he shine in England is a different conversation entirely. So he's a good finisher as well. All these positive attributes that might not come out in his debut season at Chelsea, but it's looking imminent. It looks like we will seal this player. He doesn't look as expensive as other wingers that we've been linked with at some point, Rodrigo's of this world. Even young players from like, the one from Betis. I wasn't convinced after I saw him in the final of the Conference League. Jesus Rodriguez, no. So maybe Jamie Gittens is better than a Garnacho. Of course, right? I'd rather take a Jamie Gittens over a player from Man United. No, of course. But not to say Garnacho's bad. I just feel a bit more comfortable with the idea of Gittens. However, in the grand scale, Gittens will need time. If he hits the ground running, I am more than willing to eat my words. I'm more than willing to turn the other cheek and he can prove me wrong. But I don't see it happening. 20-year-old winger. Let me know your thoughts, yeah? But we're going to sign this player. And who do we sign thereafter? We've confirmed Liam Delap. We've confirmed Mamadou Sarr now. We've confirmed Dario Esugo from Sporting. 3 signings or 3 additions for the Club World Cup. I think we will seal Jamie Gittens. And then thereafter, what happens? You get me? But we'll stay tuned. I'll be tuned into the Fabrizios of this world and other journalists. And we'll be here to break it down, guys. Shout out for tuning in again, y'all. Blessings, my people.